Okay, good afternoon. My name is Olu. Welcome to Storytime with Ms Olu. The book I've got for you today is called I Can't Do That Yet. So it's written by Esther Piagovia and illustrated by Mama W. Adbury. I hope you enjoy this reading with me.
Or you can use this.
Okay, yeah. Bedtime is a time that Anna doesn't like, but everybody knows that before bedtime comes story time. And Anna loves story time. It's bedtime, Anna. Anna loves all kind of times. Free time, playtime, cookie time, and brushing teeth time. Anna's dad asked her to read the first page like everybody. Like every evening, Anna responded, I can't do that. Halfway through the story, Baxter crawled into bed. Her dad pretended that he didn't notice. Anna couldn't remember the end of the story. She must have fallen asleep, but suddenly she wasn't in her bed anymore. She looked around and saw a woman. The woman was tall, with long brown hair and glasses. Anna had the feeling that she knew her somehow. They must have met before. Finally, you're here. I was waiting for you all day long, said the woman. Let me show you what we have done. The woman smiled and took Anna by hand. Look, Hannah, this is our office. We usually arrive here at around 9 in the morning. The team we work with is awesome. We hire a bunch of very creative and smart people. Everybody works together, and we lead the technical department. Anna could tell that the woman was excited, but she had no idea what she was talking about. She didn't want to interrupt her, but she didn't understand why the woman kept saying we. Emma had never been here before, and why did the woman look so familiar? Anna was confused. She didn't know what servers were, or why they were important, but she was glad that the woman was able to fix the problem. Yesterday was a crazy day. The servers went down and everybody was worried. At first, we couldn't find the problem in the code. Our web page wasn't showing anything, but fortunately, we were able to fix it just in time, in 20 minutes. Then the woman took Anna to a desk. There, she turned to a computer and started writing something on a green background. Anna, I'm going to take a break. Can you finish the rest of the work? I can't do that. Really? The woman started laughing, and Anna thought that was mean. But her laugh was so contagious that she eventually had to laugh too. Suddenly, the woman got up and went to the fridge. She put celery sticks and a jar of peanut butter on the counter. Slowly, the woman started to put a celery stick directly into the jar. Anna's mom always told Anna not to use a fork instead of putting celery directly into the jar, but the woman didn't seem to care. Anna still couldn't remember the woman's name, so she asked, You're telling me all these things, but I don't even know your name. The woman looked Anna in the eyes and said, I'm you, and you're me. That was not possible. How can one person also be another person? The woman stood up from her chair and whispered, My name is Anna, and I'm a possible version of you in the future. The only thing that's different about you and me is time. Anna was confused. That can't be true. I don't even know what you're talking about. Server, code, I can't do any of that. You can't do that, Anna. You can't do that yet because you haven't had the time that I have had. When we were 16, we started to learn computer programming. We made this little game and everything went from there. You really wanted this, and so you created me, just like you created this game. But I don't remember any of that. How could you? This is the future. If you want this, it could be your future. Anna couldn't believe that what she had just heard. How could all this be possible? She wasn't like this woman at all, but maybe she really could be like her. This future seemed exciting. Anna had so many thoughts at once that she wasn't able to say anything. The woman said that Anna could be her if she wanted. But what if she didn't want to be her. Anna didn't want to hurt her older self's feelings, so she didn't say anything. Anna's older self looked at her and said gently, "You don't need to say anything. I know exactly how you feel. I want you to meet a few people before we have to go. All of them care about you so very much." With these words, she opened the door wide, and Anna could see what was inside. The room was full of Annas. There were so many of Annas that she didn't know which one to focus on. Each one seems different, but at the same time similar. Nobody seems to notice little Anna. She wished she were able to stay forever and to meet every single one of them. Just when she finally had the courage to step into the room full of Annas, the door closed. Suddenly, Anna's feet started to feel wet. She heard a voice far away. The voice told her that she had to go now. She then heard her old self telling her one last thing: "We are always inside you, even when you don't see us, feel, or know it." Emma felt Baxter licking her feet and quickly realized that she was back in her bed. She got up right away and told her dad, "I want to read the first page tonight. With a little time, I will get it right. I just can't do it yet. I can't do that yet." Guys, that's the end of the story. I hope you've learned something from this story.